All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to fourth quarter of 24. How's that hit you, Ron? Yeah.
Short runway.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. But I'm with Rodgers today. He's the founder and CEO of AMP Quality Energy Services. Good to be with you, man.
Glad to be here.
Thank you. So tell us a little bit about AMP, just what you do, how you've grown, who you serve, how you help.
Sure. So we're an electrical testing company, and it's a very niche market where there's only about 110 companies nationwide that are certified to do what we do, and the labor pool is incredibly condensed as well. There's less than 3,500 certified technicians, and so that's kind of what sets us apart is that we're a certified company with certified technicians, and then the work is testing electrical equipment, power equipment for utilities, industry, new commercial buildings. So we're kind of in several different genres of work here locally. Is a lot of maintenance and work in the industrial facilities up and down the river, and then we're in the Nashville market with maintenance and acceptance as well. And over the last couple of years, we've opened up an office in Atlanta that's doing with tremendous growth over there in the data center market. So we've done some data center work in Nashville. We've done some data center work here in North Alabama, but the opportunity for that kind of work in Atlanta is just tremendous. So rapid growth over there in that particular market. And so we've kind of concentrated on the data centers in Atlanta. We've gone over the last couple of years from 12 to 15 employees to 30, and with revenue to match. And so it's been an exciting growth period for us in AMP, and 2025 is another big jump for us. We've got a lot of booked work and hoping to develop and deepen some of our maintenance relationships across our service area as well. So
That's great. That's great. Big company, growing company. Talk about managing growth. Everyone just thinks, I'm going to start a business, I'm going to grow it, and then everything's going to be great. What have been some of the challenges that have come along with those opportunities to grow?
Sure. Well, for me, it's been a little cyclical. I grew the company a little, and then we had to scale back, and then grew the company quite a bit more back in like 2014 or so. We've been in business since 2009, and at one point in 2015, I was the only employee again. So we kind of had a reset and start over. So there's definitely healthy growth, and there's what I would call unhealthy growth, and building a management team was my big lesson from that. That I couldn't do everything across all the different hats in the C-suite and expect the company to scale. And so we kind of started with that premise back in 2015 when we started rebuilding. Fortunately, God's been really good to us and blessed us, and we try to put him first in what we do here, and give him credit, because it definitely isn't something we've done, but allowed us to find some really great people. I'm really proud of our management team. They take on so much, like all the daily stuff is handled now, and it's not rising to the top. And so that allows me to be a little bit more of a visionary and think about where we need to go and what we should be doing next. How we started on that about growth though. So growing, we've done all of our growth organically through hire after hire after hire. That's the only way I've vetted so far and know how to do it. It can be challenging. I've heard that mergers, acquisitions can be a way to step larger, but I know they come with their own set of challenges, and that opportunity just hasn't opened up to us yet. But
Okay, thank you. And I know you're a student of leadership, student of culture. I know you read about this. I know you are, in groups where you talk about it. So give everyone out there 2 or 3 principles of leadership and company culture that are pillars for you and really drive what you do?
Well, it's funny. I've read so much now that it seems like anything I would say would be kind of cliche because you hear it so many times different ways. And I've realized a lot of the leadership books say the same things in a different package, which that's a good thing, right? If you start recognizing trends and patterns in what they're saying, maybe that's the direction to go. But from early on, when we started AMP in 2009, we wanted it to be employee focused. And I found out later that Richard Branson had this neat saying about, taking care of employees and they'll take care of everything else. And but in 2009, I thought I came up with that, but it turns out it wasn't true.
It was Richard Branson.
We'll give credit where credit's due. But anyhow, so just putting, and we kind of refined that further where we try to put God first and then our employees. And then through that, we feel like we'll provide the very best solutions for our clients if we can prioritize those first two things.
Okay, and then you're saying that there's about 3,500 nationwide certified technicians for this industry in the whole country. Okay, so that's like 1 in a million, literally. If at least where the population was
when you do that
a few years ago. So everyone's struggling with workforce and hiring and keeping. It sounds like you've got an even more challenging environment. So any keys there, just from a workforce standpoint?
Obviously develop the people you have. I mean, you never hesitate to develop the people you have. That not in a sense of trying to get more out of them, but if a person's developing, they're less likely to leave. They're less likely to be dissatisfied in their work. There's a lot of benefits to developing your people, retention wise, and then they're getting better and they're growing, and so they become higher performers in the organization. But outside of internal, I'm not great at that. I mean, I grow the company a lot of times through my personal network, and so when we started in new markets like Nashville and Atlanta, my personal network is deficient, in those other new markets. And so you kind of have to try to find some other levers to pull and make good hires at a maybe executive level and try to use their network, because truly at the end of the day, the best hires we've ever had are people that we either knew or were referred to us. And I know that's not what everybody wants to hear. Usually they want to know that they can send in a resume. We look at every resume. We're open to hiring, but the folks that we've hired that have stuck have usually come from referrals. So
interesting data point there. Okay, switch gears a little bit as we're wrapping up. So we work with new entrepreneurs. We work with people who want to be entrepreneurs. You've been at the center and you understand it. So what do you say to people who are wanting to get into entrepreneurship, or they just want to start a business, or they're interested, and you're trying to encourage them, but you're also trying to help them have appropriate expectations? What comes to mind that you'd want to say to the new entrepreneurs out there?
Well, there's don't start a business thinking it's going to be easier. I'll say that. There's a lot of challenges to it, and so I personally think there's almost maybe not a personality profile, but there's definitely a level of drive that a person has to have if they want to be an entrepreneur and actually build something. I would say if you're entrepreneur-esque, maybe look at buying something from somebody. Right now we have the largest baby boomers leaving out the workforce, and a lot of them had solid kind of mom and pop or maybe a little beyond businesses that I've talked to several of friends who are maybe a few years older than me that are looking at like, well, maybe I'll just come in and lock the door one day and walk away. And And so, I mean, you find somebody like that, the opportunity is to have a customer base and all the marketing already in place and legacy customers coming in, you know, knowing your location. There's a lot of advantage to that, and maybe could be bought for a small price versus going out and trying to build something from scratch, because it's a lot to do the first day out the gate.
You do it all over there, right?
I certainly would. It's definitely a good fit for me and my family, and you know, at the end of the day, this sometimes I look at it and I think I could go to work for one of our large, you know, national competitors and maybe even make more money, but I enjoy it. I mean, I've gotten to where I enjoy the business side of things even more than I do the technical side. So that's kind of a flip flop for me.
Yeah.
I started out as a technician 25 years ago. I love the business that we're in. It's always got new challenges and new problems every day on the technical side, but the business side I find far more intriguing.
That's good. Well, a lot to unpack there with Brian. We'll have to save that for a second one down the road, but really appreciate you taking time, man. Good to be here in this great
Thanks,
new building. Thank you for fixing up this facility. You should come see it. It's an awesome addition to Decatur. So thank you for what you're doing, and thanks for taking time today.
Thanks, John.
All right, bye.